One of the first things we were shown when our class went to Nmit was the nurse's training room. This room is set up like an actual hospital so that when students have completed their training at Nmit, they will feel comfortable and familiar with their future workplace's surroundings in a hospital. Some people come in and get their blood pressures taken just like the man in this picture because it is good practice for the trainee nurses.
Here I was looking at this doll in MIT, and it was interesting because they could make the doll breathe and blink. It was fascinating with what they could do with the doll. The doll, this was in the hospital area. It looked just like a real hospital where they practice their nursing.
Here we are at the science room. In the science room, we talked all about the uses of the science room, like what they do in there, and all the levels of qualifications we can get when we study. We also talked about what they do in the science room. In the science room, they use it to experiment with chemicals, and they used it to dissect animals and humans, to look at their body parts.
There are 10 different levels to get into a job, but some people only need to get some. It starts at NCEA certificates 1, then 2, then 3, then level 4, 5, 6 diplomas, level 7 is a bachelor degree, 8 is honours, 9 is masters, and 10 is PhD /
This is our side of the canteen. If you can't see, there is a cafe and a hanging out room. You can study in both of these rooms. In the cafe, there is food and drinks. And in the hanging out room, there is a flat screen TV and a ping pong table and a sitting area to study or something. It was a great time.
Here we are standing in front of the library. You can study using your own computer or using the library computers. The library is much bigger than the one we have, with 2 stories. The first has computers and the other one has books. But we didn't go up there.
This is the time when Grant took us for a walk past the Nmit apartments, and he told us that you can get a 1 to 3 bedroom apartment. You don't always have to go to your classes, he said, and they also don't call your parents if you don't show up. He also mentioned how it is very cheap and that you get a lot out of what you pay for, so it is definitely worth it, especially with all the education you get.
This is the restaurant at Nmit. There is a set menu there and they also serve drink. The restaurant is open to the public and you have to book. It is set up like a restaurant and is run like a restaurant.
At the Nmit they have a public hair salon where all members of the public can come and get their hair done. The students at Nmit have mannequins to practice with, and once they are ready to do members of the public's hair, they cut, dye and style people's hair. They also might do hair for salons, functions like weddings. They have salons set up like it would be if you were to walk into a professional hair salon.
In this lecture room, teachers teach students, and when there is too many people doing a lecture, they may go into another vacant room where they can use Skype, a projector, and motion sensor cameras to teach an overbooked class or a lecturer who can't get into class. This is very useful for a big class.
Outside of the arts area, talented people have drew on these glass windows and doors. Many amazing works are inside there, including the music room. An additional thing is that the head in this photo belongs to Braid.
This is the music room. It was definitely my favourite room. The setup of the whole room looked like a proper stage, which is really good if you want to be a musician, because then you get used to the feeling of being on stage. The students at Nmit can use the room for performances. There is also a recording studio the students can use.
Room at Nmit, and the beams are earthquake proof because they are as strong as steel but as flexible as wood.
This is the building department where people learn to build safely and properly. On your right, they are building a house for students to learn interior design.
This is our Nmit trip, And this is slide 15. Peter was explaining the model of the house that they were building. Peter said that they always make a little model of the house before they made the big house. And they were cutting the doors into the little model house.
Here is the garage where the trainees work on a car and learning how to fix a car.
Mako's meeting room, where all the Tasman Makos meet up and have conversations about the game and how the game plans is going to be and what they're going to do on the game, on the playing field.
This is the Tasman Mako Success Pyramid. It has the qualities needed for success. To win their game, the Makos have to live by their pyramid rules and make sure that they play by them on the field.
This is upstairs at the Tasman Rugby Union HQ, just beside the reception desk. This is where the coaches and players discuss their game strategy with each other. The Makos also keep their trophies and cups in there too.
After Nmit, we headed to the Makos club room. In the office, they had these trophies. The one with the shark mouth, it's new. It's called the Best All-Round Player.